This is Micah with the Vision Experience here on our HD audio video workshop. And this is our video manual for our EZHD 505 audio video workstation. This is our easiest to use and operate full-featured professional portable movie workstation. And in this video, we're going to just go over all the features step by step in a real easy, simple to follow directions. And then if you have any questions, by all means, contact us at thevisionexperience.com. We're more than happy to help you with anything, whenever you have any questions. So when you take off the front and top case sections, this is what you have. And when you have this all set up, the first thing you're going to do to set it up is just push out the shelf. And this is a strong shelf here. You can probably get 5,000 lumen projector, maybe a little bit more, just depending on the weight of your projector. You can just set your projector right up on that shelf. Otherwise, if you're using it with a larger setup, then just set the projector to the side and use that shelf for some of your miscellaneous items and things. Then we'll put up the wireless mic antennas if you're going to be using the wireless mic. And then we'll lift up DVD 1, just lift up the monitor right there. Simple, simple. And then down here we've got our drawer with our lock. You can unlock that and pull out and have all the features accessible for you for the drawer. And now we'll connect our cables. And this is pretty simple. Over here on the side of the case here, we've got two sets of audio outputs. These here are your RCA outputs. If you're going into another amp or preamp or maybe an FM wireless transmitter, if you're doing like a drive-in style event, it's set for that. And then at the same time, you also have an output coming from the XLR outputs, which is probably what you'll be using most of the time for self-powered speakers and things. And so there you are, your audio is all plugged into your speakers. And then up here, we have an HDMI Mark II projector. So you'll just simply plug that in, and that goes to your projector. And then because we're in the workshop here, I've just got a little projector here set up, so I'm just going to set this on top of the shelf here, and we'll have that as our little screen there for this demonstration. So now you're all set up. So now all we need to do is put some power to it. So over here on the other side, you can see we've got a covered inlet right here. Just lift that up, and you can see that right there is where the cable goes into. And now we're powered up. And that's it. This EZHD workstation is 100% set up and ready to go. Simply open it up, put in a couple cables, and you're set to go. That is just fantastic. Okay, so now we're going to power it up. So on the power conditioner here, we've got our main power button. And everything is connected through this power conditioner. So that'll give us power to all of our devices. And then we'll go ahead and individually power up any devices that are not automatically powering up. So the wireless mic power is right here. As you can see, it's on. The projector switcher is always on. It's pre-wired into the system, so it'll automatically always come on. Now for DVD 1, you've got an on-off switch right here on the side. We've got it marked right here. You just need to push that off over, and that will power up the DVD player. Now, this DVD player also has a battery built into it because it is a portable DVD player. So you want to make sure that you always power this on, or check that it's powered on, because otherwise you might think it's on, it's running on the battery, and then halfway through your event it turns off and you're not sure why. So just make a note to turn that on and off every time, or just make sure it's on every time before your event, and you'll be fine. All right, then moving on down here now with your conditioner. You can pull out the lights if you're going to use them. Here's your power for the lights, and then right next to that is a dimmer switch. And this is really great because these two lights here illuminate the preamp, the DVD player, and your drawer. So you're doing a dark event at night, it's just perfect positioning for you to be able to have that very, very functional. And then for the DVD player here, we'll just power him on. And that's it. Everything is powered up and ready for the next step. So the next thing that we're going to do is let's just get a DVD playing in both players so we can come back to that. So on DVD 1, there's a DVD in there. It looks like it's automatically going right to it. And it looks like DVD 2 is doing the same thing, so we're all set with that. Okay, so now the next thing we're going to do is talk about outside devices. You've got DVD1 and DVD2 built into the system. But if you want to plug in an outside device that's going to plug right into this jack on the side, let's say it's anything. It's another DVD player. It's a cable satellite box. It's a video game console, PlayStation, Xbox. Put a live camera through it, whatever it is, and then you can switch back and forth between that source and your DVD players at will. So we have this all built and ready for that. Now, a lot of devices now, if you look at the back of the device, it doesn't have all the different connections that they used to have even just a couple years ago. They don't even have the analog audio outputs anymore. They'll just have a DVD jack, or an HDMI jack, I mean, and that's it. So you need to split the audio and the video. An HDMI cable is digital audio and digital video going through the same cable. So we need to split the audio from the video and make sure that is an analog audio output. I'm just telling you what we're doing. Don't worry about it. It's all going to happen automatically for you. So here we have an outside device. This is a DVD player, but this could be anything. Just represents a cable box, an Xbox, anything. And let's say you've got an outside device and all it has is an HDMI output. It doesn't give us the option of also having the RCA jacks in the back of it for audio. Well, what we're going to do is go through this little box that we include with your system. What this does is you plug the HDMI into one side, and it automatically gives you the HDMI on the other side, and it gives you an analog audio output as well. So this is how simple it is. You got to plug this into power, which we've done. Now you have an HDMI going from this source, whatever it is, into the box, and then that plugs into the workstation, the HDMI. And then you've got the two audio RCA coming right off the box with the cable. And those go in. And that's it. Now we have an outside device that's HDMI only, that's being converted to analog audio and regular HDMI going into the side of the case. And now we can implement it into the workstation. So now going to the workstation, let's just skip to the projector switcher. This has got a three-way switch on it. It's going to be either HDMI 1, DVD 1, DVD 2, or the outside device. So if I select DVD 1, there'll be a slight handshake when the screen goes blank for a second. On the screen, we see DVD 1. I push that again. It switches to DVD 2. I look on the screen, and it takes a moment to handshake, and there it is. There's DVD 2. And then if I hit it again, it switches to DVD 3. And you can see this button. If you don't have anything plugged in to the outside device, then it won't allow you to even go to the third. It'll just scroll between the first two, just so you know. And then if I go up onto the screen, there is the outside device showing on the screen. Now it takes a moment. There's a handshake moment, so it doesn't do it automatic switching. So if there's just takes a little moment, just understand that's just how it is. So now you know, for video, you just hit this button. You can scroll through these three options at will in any combination. Now we're going to switch over to the audio side of it. Over here on the preamp, we have our master volume right here. Now, right next to it, you'll see there's a mode button. And you can kind of see we've got, there's the first one is blank, we don't use it. Then it goes to DVD 1 and DVD 2, and then another blank one that we don't use. So if you want to hear DVD 1, just make sure that's on DVD 1, turn up the volume, and we're hearing DVD 1. All right, if I switch that to DVD 2, turn up the volume, now we're hearing DVD 2. All right, now if you want to hear the outside device, what you have to do, and just make sure your volume's turned down because sometimes volumes are different between your sources, push tape monitor right here, and now we'll hear, that's the outside device. So we got a little, sounds like a little country music going on right now. Okay, so I'm going to do that one more time. I'm going to deselect that. Okay, so you want to hear DVD 1, hit mode button until you get to DVD 1. That's it. Hit mode again to DVD 2. And then for DVD3, push tape monitor. That's not DVD3, but the outside device. Now remember that you got to push that tape monitor button out if you want to hear DVD1 and DVD2 again, because this overrides that. And that's all it is. So let's do a combination of watching the outside device in the projector and listening to DVD1. So outside device, projector switcher is on outside HDMI, and that's what we see on the image. And then on the preamp, we switch it to DVD1, and there it is. So just to give you a couple ideas of what we can do with this. For instance, in this projector or this DVD player, you could be playing sponsors' logos or some pre-movie event presentation, but you want to have your own soundtrack or different audio. Well, then you could play a disc into DVD2 and listen to that and have different. You don't have to listen just to the audio from that DVD player. Or on the side of the case here, even though we're using this converter box to get our DVD, instead you could use this for your iPhone or your tablet or any other audio source. You can just plug that right into that, so you can just play music or other devices, or even have a DJ take his output and plug it right into here, and then you can use your system to control the sound of the DJ or other things like that. So it's all about flexibility. And so as you see now, you have completely independent operation of the audio and the video. With our system, we include all these cables, everything. So you're all set. You don't have to get a thing. It's all included. Now let's do sound for the wireless mic. This is pretty easy. On the microphone, you just want to set a threshold. What we've got here is about 12 o'clock straight up on your volume. That should be fine. I would think that for most settings, that's all you need to do. And you can just set it and forget it. Also, just remember to be careful with your antennas. They do lift up higher. I don't think you'll ever have to worry about doing that. It's a pretty strong wireless mic, and most of the time at these events, you're not that far from your source. And just remember to put those down before you bring that shelf back so you don't break them. And then once you have this set to about 12 o'clock on the volume, then down here you have your mic level right here. Now, the great thing about this preamp is the mic level works independent of the master volume. So you can have music going or something, and then you can speak over it with the mic and control your volume here instead of having to reach up here, and be able to get the right balance and then come in and out with the mic and not affect your volumes here. So it's just another flexible feature that's great. And then microphone right here, just powered on, a little bit of volume. Check 1, 2, 3, check, there we go, we're all set, and it sounds great. So that's it for the mic. You've got a couple little places here to put some extra batteries. I recommend you get them. Just put them right in here so you have backup batteries for your microphone. Sometimes they get left on and things, so just think about that and always toss in a couple batteries here and you're all set. Now, besides the basic features here after mic, we've got bass, mid, treble, and balance, which are typical. Then we have an echo section built into this preamp. Now, you've got, if this is pushed in, then this echo will affect the input from your sources, the DVDs or your outside device. If that's pushed out, then these echo features will affect the microphone, which is probably how you would use it, just to sweeten up the mic sound just a little bit. So if I turn these up a little bit, and see if we get a little echo here. 1, 2, 3, check. So I think the camera picked that up. And so that's all you need to do. So when you're not using it, just make sure these volumes are down. Maybe just keep that button out. I don't see much use maybe for using echo over DVD and stuff, but you've got it. And that's all there is to it. And then another thing about volumes, at the end of your event, just get in the habit. Turn your mic volume down all the way. Turn your master volume down all the way. As you know, nothing worse than powering it up, forgetting that a volume is turned up, and then you get the feedback and all that kind of stuff. So just always make sure those are turned down. Just make a note at the end of each event, and you're all set with that. The other feature part of this includes a USB connection. This is where you've got like loudness and a couple other little just basic features here that you can look on. They're just simple, easy. And then, of course, we got the master volume here, and then here's our selection that we spoke about, that whole thing. And that is pretty much the simple of the audio. Isn't it that just a fantastic, fantastic system? Now, a couple things I want to add about the DVD-1. We set this up specifically so that you would have an extra feature with the audio. We have the HDMI going to the switcher, so we already went through that. Now for the audio, it's pre-wired into the system. And it also has a headphone jack. Now we include a new pair of earbuds, or if you've got your own earbuds or headphones, you can use them. But we wanted you to be able to also listen to the sound just from this through the headphone. If you're queuing something up, sometimes you want to queue it up visually, or if you're queuing up music or something, we wanted to give you that option. So the headphone jack here, we have a blank plug that's pushed into it. And the reason that plug is in there is because if you pull that out, you now hear this audio on these speakers. And so you pull out that plug, and then you can either use the speakers, or at that point then you'll go ahead and plug in your earbuds or whatever into the headphones to queue up or do your thing. And then when you're done, you can just put that plug back in there, and you're all set. Now a lot of times what people would do is they would just use the headphone output to send that to the preamp, and then that solves it for you. But we did it through a different output so that you would have the feature of being able to use the headphones for this. So it's just another feature. It's there. It's all set up. If you never use it, you just, you don't have to even touch it. But we just wanted you to be aware of it. And that's just, totally cool and fantastic. Okay, and that's about it for the basic functions of this. Moving along to the side now. Below the projector here, we have the LAN internet connection. This goes to DVD number 2. As you know, a lot of DVDs have some really great internet features built into them. And also, this one also has Wi-Fi built into it. But if you ever had an event where you wanted to access some of those internet features and you wanted a hardwired, more solid connection, and that was available to you, we've already pre-wired it on the side of the case, so you don't even have to worry about reaching in the back or trying to figure out how to connect it in. Also, with both these DVD players, maybe every several months, you can automatically, through their menus, go online and network them and check for updates. They get firmware updates, and with a lot of technology and things happening now, it's probably a good idea to do. So just be aware of that, and every now and then just go ahead and take care of all those updates. So there it is, the EZHD 505. That's about all there is to do, and it's just that simple and easy. So I want to show you one last thing as we finish up this quick little training video. When you get to an event, a lot of times, you'll get there a couple hours early and you'll set up, and everything's all set up and ready to go, and now you've got a lot of time and you just want to kind of keep everything covered or protect it. Well, what I'm doing here, I'm not turning anything off. I'm just going to put down the antennas, close the drawer, shut that, bring the shelf down. Now, excuse my camera work. I'm going to set this down for a second. And I'm going to put the case back together. This will just be a moment. And then you'll see the last great feature of this. And there we are. Because all of the connections are on the outside of the workstation, once you're all set up, all you have to do is put the lid and the covers back on. It's still all turned on, queued up, and ready to go, but now it's protected. It's all nice. So when you get to an event and you're all set up, you don't have to worry about, if you're in a lot of people, you need to, take a break or do something. You can just cover it up and you're set. And that's another great feature. So the EZHD 505 workstation, if you have any more questions about it, contact us anytime at thevisionexperience.com. We also build custom workstations of all types and sizes, so we can sit down and talk to you about all the features you want in your dream portable movie theater. We can build the whole thing from A to Z. As you can see, it's built with awareness, and just complete professionalism and understanding of getting you the easiest solution with the highest possible quality for the best possible price. Thank you so much. Enjoy your workstation, and we'll see you at the movies.